In the bustling city of Lomé, there lived a woman every man desired, Adjoa. Her beauty was the kind that turned heads, stopped hearts, and made even women stare. Her skin glowed like bronze under the sun, her voice was soft yet commanding, and her confidence filled every room she entered. Adjoa wasn't just beautiful, she was successful. She owned a chain of fashion boutiques, a high-end restaurant, and a beauty spa. Her life looked perfect from the outside. Expensive cars, designer clothes, luxury vacations, she had it all. Everyone wanted to be her. Every man wanted to have her. Her two closest friends, Esi and Della, adored her. They went everywhere together, weddings, parties, beach trips, girls' nights. Together, they were the envy of the city. People called them the Golden Trio. But behind Adjoa's flawless smile was a secret that tormented her every single night. A secret she had never told anyone, not even her friends. Every night, no matter where she slept, she woke up to a wet bed. It was a problem she had carried since her teenage years, a problem no doctor could cure, no medication could fix, and no prayer had taken away. She had learned to live with it quietly, until it began to destroy her life. Whenever she dated a man and they spent the night together, by morning, he would vanish, disgusted, humiliated, and gone forever. Some would block her number. Others would simply disappear without a word. Soon, whispers began to fill the city. She changes men like handbags. She can't keep a man. She's too proud for love. But no one knew the truth, that it was the men who ran away, not her. And in the middle of all this, her mother, a poor widow living in the village, began to pressure her. Adjoa, her mother said one evening over the phone, "You have everything a woman could ever want, except a husband. You're not getting younger. When will you settle down?" Her mother's voice broke her heart, but what could she say? That she longed for love but couldn't keep it. That every man who touched her eventually left in shame. She couldn't. So, one evening, while staring at herself in the mirror, perfect makeup, perfect body, perfect life, she broke down in tears. She realized that her beauty had become a curse. That night, she made a decision that would change her life forever. If she couldn't find a man to marry her, she would hire one. The next day, she found Kojo, a tall, handsome mechanic who worked at the car wash beside her spa. He was poor, humble, and hardworking, but his smile could melt stone. Adjoa offered him an irresistible deal. "Pretend to be my husband. Stay with me, act the part, and I'll pay you handsomely." Kojo laughed at first. "Why would I need to be paid to marry the most beautiful woman in Lomé?" he said. But when she insisted, he agreed. And just like that, the wedding was set. The marriage shocked the entire city. People whispered in disbelief. How did that poor mechanic marry Adjoa? She must have gone mad. She just wanted attention. Even her two best friends, Esi and Della, couldn't believe it. But Adjoa didn't care. She smiled through the noise, took stunning wedding pictures, and told the world she was finally married. But behind closed doors, they lived as strangers. Separate rooms, separate lives. No affection. No love. Just silence and distance. Until one fateful night. Adjoa had gone out drinking with her friends. She returned home past midnight, tipsy and laughing, her perfume filling the hallway. Kojo was still awake, watching TV in the living room. "Oh, Madam Rich Woman," he teased. "Another party." She smiled faintly and stumbled toward him. Before she knew it, she fell into his arms, giggling. He caught her, and for the first time, their eyes locked. In that moment, something changed. He carried her gently into her bedroom. But as he laid her on the bed, her beauty overwhelmed him. Her hair, her skin, her soft breathing, everything about her drew him in. And that night, for the first time, they became one. But the next morning, everything changed. Kojo woke up to a damp bed. He sat up, confused. Then, as the smell hit him, his eyes widened in shock. He looked at Adjoa, still asleep beside him, and finally understood. "So this is a secret," he whispered. From that day, Kojo's attitude changed completely. He began to blackmail her. "If you don't want the world to know your dirty secret," he said one night, "you do as I say." And she did, because she was terrified of being exposed. He began to treat her like a slave in her own house. He slept with her whenever he wanted. He took her luxury car out to party with friends. He even brought other women into her home, laughing loudly as Adjoa cried in silence in her room. Her life became a living nightmare. Her glow faded. Her friends noticed, but she told them nothing. Until one evening, Kojo went too far. He locked her outside the mansion and partied inside with his friends and their women. Adjoa stood outside in the cold, tears streaming down her face. She begged him to open the door, but he ignored her. With nowhere to go, she begged her security guard, Tugby, to let her stay in the small quarters behind the house. Tugby took pity on her. That night, he gave her his jacket and said, "Madam, forgive me for speaking, but this problem, it's not ordinary. I know a priest who can help you." Adjoa hesitated, but she was desperate. The next morning, before sunrise, Tugby drove her to a quiet village shrine deep in the forest. An old priest sat waiting. His eyes seemed to see through her soul. "My daughter," he said softly, "you carry a curse." Adjoa's heart pounded. "What kind of curse?" she asked in fear. The priest sighed and said, "Years ago, when you were in school, you dated a married man. The man's wife was heavily pregnant. Because of you, he abandoned her." Tears filled Adjoa's eyes. The priest continued. "One night, the woman went into labor. She called her husband countless times, but he did not come. He was with you." Adjoa covered her mouth, trembling. By the time he returned home, the priest said slowly, "She was gone. Both she and her unborn child. Before she died, she cursed you with her final breath. 'Any woman who takes my husband from me shall know no peace in love. Her nights will drown her joy, and she shall never find rest until her tears cleanse her heart.'" Adjoa fell to her knees, crying uncontrollably. "Father, I didn't know. I didn't mean for anyone to die," she wept. The priest looked at her with pity. The dead seek peace. The living must seek forgiveness. He performed cleansing rituals for 3 days, prayers, sacrifices, and confessions. On the third night, the priest said, "The curse is lifted. Your nights will be dry again, and your heart will find true love, but remember, pride and deceit can curse a soul even faster than sin." Adjoa left that place reborn. When she returned home, Kojo was still asleep, drunk from the previous night's party. She packed his things and threw them outside. When he woke up and tried to shout, she looked him in the eye and said, "You can't threaten me anymore. The curse is broken." And for the first time, Kojo saw strength in her eyes, strength he couldn't control. He left that same day. In the weeks that followed, Adjoa found peace. She slept peacefully for the first time in years, no more wet nights, no more shame. Slowly, her glow returned. Her laughter filled her home again. But something unexpected happened. Her heart began to warm toward Tugby, the humble guard who stood by her when everyone else turned away. He never judged her. He never asked for anything. He simply cared. Months later, Adjoa married Tugby quietly, with only her mother and friends present. And soon, she gave birth to her first child, a healthy baby girl. As she held her daughter, tears of joy rolled down her cheeks. For the first time in her life, her nights were peaceful, and her mornings were filled with laughter, not shame. Candor moral of the story. No beauty, no wealth, no fame can hide a secret born from pain. You can run from your past, but you cannot heal until you face it. Forgiveness, not pride, is what truly sets the heart free.